Maria Henderson, big fight for you on March 31st, your second pro fight, your first pro fight with Bellator. Obviously, you had the amateur run. I mean, because you've done it before with LFA, because you've had those amateur fights, are the nerves as high this time out, or is this starting to feel like old hat?
Old hat basically, but honestly, my Bellator fight was probably one of the calmest fights I had so far. My first two fights, one was with LFA, the first one, and then the Bellator one. Those are probably my most calm fights. Bellator's like home, with my husband, being there. So I know all the people, I know the run, I know how it works, and so it's just kind of like jumping right back in the gym. No nerves really, and if anything, we're just excited. All those nerves just turn into excitement, excited to get to do this, excited it's finally getting going for me, and my kids get to see the hard work I put in and see why I'm not home all the time. And so it's just exciting. No nerves.
Well, that's good to hear. And what's the focus been on this camp, or is there a focus? Is it just, everything and make sure you're well rounded?
Um, Always the focus is just getting better and getting more well rounded. This girl's a judo girl, so we're paying a little bit more attention to the clinch. But I do think I'm very good in the clinch, and not just jujitsu and like wrestling wise, but everything else. The clinch has kind of been a really big mm, like an emphasis where I get to capitalize. I really capitalize in the clinch, so I'm really excited to show that off. I felt like I really wanted to do that in my last fight, and I didn't do it. So this fight, I'm excited to be able to show a little bit more what I have to offer. And so, not really much except just getting better every time. Every day, we just want to get better.
You mentioned she is a judo girl. She's got judo in the nickname, MacJudo. She's got three straight
Oh, I didn't know that.
Americana submissions. You are a formidable threat on the ground as well, of course. Is there
Yeah.
any chance that, we see the ground game kind of cancel out and this becomes a bit of a stand-up fight?
We'll see. I actually was thinking, I thought that would be pretty interesting to see all of her fights. She's rushed in to the clinch right away to try to take her girls down. There was one of them, I think, where we watched. Just a second, baby. There was one of them where we watched, and she tried to stand up with the girl a little bit, and I think the girl was a little bit taller, and then she was like, "Nope," and she rushed in right away. So, yeah, just a second. She rushed in right away, went to the clinch, and went to the ground. I don't think jiu-jitsu wise we're going to cancel out. I do think I'm superior in that aspect. Can you turn the light on in that room? I think I will be superior on the ground. I'm biased, but I think I'm very good on the ground, and it's where I shine. And if it's something she wants to bring a fight to, then even better for me. If we're gonna be scrappy and stuff like that, I'm gonna shine way brighter than her on that aspect.
Well, you definitely do shine on the ground. Your last fight recorded as an Americana from triangle position.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that fight, and is that something that you had been working on in the gym?
Um, well, that fight was actually that was probably my I just jittery fight. I had hurt my knee two fights before, and like I was pretty sore going into that one, and I was like, oh man. So I was actually a little nervous for that one, but that's something I've worked on since I was a blue belt. Like my coach showed it to me, I think the day before the morning of like one jiu-jitsu tournament, and I remember like him and my husband telling me like, oh, you'll never catch a move you just learned. Like you'll never catch it in a tournament. It's just not something you repeated enough or like repetitioned enough. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I caught it right away. And it's kind of been one of my staple moves for the last 10 years. So that's something I do often. It's not something we just work on, but that's something like it's a pretty big staple for me.
Cool stuff. And you mentioned your husband a couple of times there, Benson Henderson. It's kind of hard from an outside perspective to separate these two fights, with him fighting really just a few days ago, you fighting at the end of the month. What was it like leading into his fight with yours coming up as well? Is it more chaos? Is it more calm because you know what he's going through, he knows what you're going through?
Um, as far as like fight camp goes, it's just kind of like, okay, this is your time. So it's like pretty structured to kind of manage. Obviously his fight was first, so then it was a little hectic me kind of managing mine in there. But then once we got the routine going, it was pretty good. Like we're pretty routine set with our kids, and so their routine was set, and basically it was just getting our training in their routine. So it was pretty it was pretty stable. Fight week for him was where it got a little hectic because he's gone, and then the kids are waking up, and like the two younger ones were crying for him, and then so it was less sleep for me, and so that's where it came a little bit of a circus. But it's all balanced out now, and this week has been a really good week so far, and the next week's going to be another one, and the third week where the fight comes is going to be a great one.
Well, that's good to hear. He obviously announced his retirement following that fight, and he revealed, he said, if I lost one, that was going to be it. Any
Yeah.
loss, and I was going to retire. I'm assuming you knew that heading into the fight?
Not really. We were all a little bit surprised. Like, I think I kind of knew if that was gonna happen. If he retired in 4 fights, but I don't think any of us thought he was gonna lose. Like, I think 9 out of 10 times he beats Usman. Usman had a great night, a great moment that led into another great moment. And that's what MMA is all about, is those moments. If you can capitalize in your moments, then that's it. Like boxing, you get hit really hard and you get a count. Muay Thai, you get hit really hard and you get a count. Jiu-Jitsu, even, you can stall for a little bit if you're like slowing down or whatever. MMA is not like that. You capitalize on a moment and the whole fight's over. And so I think Usman did a great job of that. But none of us thought Ben was going to lose. So yeah, we weren't. I didn't know he was going to retire. I knew after he lost. I knew as soon as I saw what his hands were doing, I knew what was going to happen. But I wasn't expecting him to retire this week.
Wow. He had a fantastic career, fantastic ambassador for the sport. Now you carry the flag,
Yeah.
so to speak, for the Henderson family. And he mentioned now he's going to be able to take care of the kids and let you focus on your fighting career. So, how is that going to play out? Are you basically just going to train full time from here on out, go full tilt into this?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically going to be the same. Ben was being silly. He said he's he's right now. So like, he's a great dad, and he's busy right now playing with them. But it's going to be pretty much the same. Ben has always had like a heavy influence in my training. Like, he just put me through a cardio workout just now, and so the kids are here at the gym. And I'll still train. I'll maybe get in like an extra session now, or I'll get in more with him, which I didn't always get the opportunity to do before. I think Ben and I have really similar styles, and so obviously it's great to hit with him because he knows my strengths better than anybody. So now I'll get more time with him in training and like jiu-jitsu and on the mitts. So besides for that, it's not really going to change much, except now we're both going to be in there instead of him doing this and me doing that. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. I want to talk about your goals for 2023. I mean, this is a strawweight fight. Bellator doesn't quite have a strawweight division. It's probably a little too early in your career to worry about that too much, but what are the goals for this year?
Just to have a great performance every single fight. I think people tend to get a little over like what's in the future, what's in the future, what's in the future. And as fighters and everything like that, we have to stay present in what we're doing right now, or else you can build this picture in your head, but you're missing what's right in front of you. So all I want is a great performance on the 31st, and that's what I'm going to look forward to. I would love to help build a division with Bellator and them sign some great girls and us set the way and have a future with Bellator, but we'll see. That they haven't really talked about what's in the future yet. So I don't really know what's in the future with Bellator, but I do love the Bellator people, and I would love to make an official home there, like a strawweight division, but we'll see what they say. Like, we'll see what they do. So I don't know. We'll see what the future holds, but I just want great performances. I think this year I'm going to have even better performances than I had before. If you go back and look at all of the videos and all of the pictures, I have like huge bags under my eyes from being a mom. And so this one I should be more explosive. I should be better than before. I should be more focused. So even better performances now than before. And that's all
Definitely.
I want. That's all we can't ever say what's going to happen in a fight. Of course we want this and we want that and we want this. But you really should want, I think, in my opinion, is a great performance. Win or lose, you want a great performance. So that's what I want for this year, is a great performance, is every single performance great. Like, to prove to everybody, to Bellator, I'm not just Ben Henderson's wife, because I think that's how people see me, but I don't think I have enough behind me for Bellator to sign me for that reason. I think they see something in me, see a great performer, see someone who can bring in some new fresh eyes, and that's why they signed me. And I want to prove that, if that makes sense. So have great performances and to show them that I can perform, because in the end, I'm the one stepping in. You know, I'm the one who's going out there and performing. And so just great performances showing Bellator the reason why they signed me.
You know,
That was a long-winded question. I'm sorry.
oh,
Our answer.
that's not a problem at all. We like it when fighters talk. Is you mentioned something interesting there, and it's that people see you as Benson Henderson's wife. The first interview I ever saw with you, that was in the headline. Benson Henderson's
Yeah,
wife says whatever. Um,
I know.
the flip side of that, do you feel at all pressured or at all that you're going to have a target on your back because of the name?
Of course. I mean, even in just jujitsu, people. I remember my first. I think it was a world title. A girl had posted, "Oh, Ben Henderson's wife beat me," and I was like, "Ben Henderson didn't beat you." Like that. So his name. Like I didn't start training because of my husband. Like we met in training, you know. And so I do think it's a little bit of a back and forth kind of battle. I'm proud to have my husband's name. I'm proud of my husband. I'm proud to be married to him. And I think that will paint a huge target on my back for the rest of my career. But all in all, it's me. There's no pressure. You know, I'm just grateful for the opportunity I'm given. He's given me a great um, not view, but let's say a layout, a great map of what it takes to be great. You know, I know what it takes. I know what it looks like at home to be great. I know what it looks like in character, mentally, in the gym. If you lost every single round in your camp, it doesn't mean you need to tear yourself down. It doesn't matter. In camp, in training, you can lose every single day, but you want to perform and be great in the cage. And so I do think it's going to create a target on my back, but I do think that the pressure that people think that, oh no, she's going to be so overpressured, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's there. I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Like I get to show what I've been working on. I get to show that moms can go out there and have great performances. So I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to perform for Bellator, to perform for my family, to perform for my gym. So not really pressure, just really excited and grateful to be able to do it. You know, there's a lot of people who don't get to do what they want to do because of other things. And my husband's built a really good life for us, and I get to start making my dreams come true now. So more just grateful, no pressure.
Well, looking forward to that. You take the next step in establishing your own legacy. March 31st, Bellator 293 against Mackenzie Stiller. Maria, thanks very much for the time today. Looking forward to the fight.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You too. Have a good one.